Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Lucore Automotive. As you can tell, obviously we are not at Lucore Automotive today. In fact, we're a very long way away from Lucore Automotive. We're at Barber Motorsports Park, just east of Birmingham, Alabama. We're actually here with the Fields Auto Works folks, which if you saw our PRI video with their Fields Cardinal, you may recognize that little green thing sitting underneath the starting section. And they also have a BMW M3 that they have out here as well. And as you can tell, the sun is just coming up. So we are at our first track day of the year, which should be exciting. Unfortunately, the weather may be a little bit challenging. Even though we came 600 miles south, there's an opportunity for rain and possibly snow. So that should be neat. Anyway, track days. Fun stuff. We're gonna get some footage on track. We're gonna get some footage in car. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, huge thanks to the guys from Fields Auto Works for having us out for this, and thanks for all of you guys watching. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this. I certainly am. We're going to spend a whole weekend here. Stay tuned. I'm going to go watch the sunrise. Be right back. Just don't want to step in your shots first thing in the morning.
Maybe the only shots that get a bit clean right here.
This is what's known as an HPDE, high performance driving event. It is various people of various skills in various cars that all get together and go around a track, and everybody has their own rules depending on what your class is, whether or not you're allowed to pass, where you're allowed to pass, how you're allowed to pass. But you're going to have a various different level of cars that are out here. You're going to have Porsche 911s, you're going to have Boxsters, you're going to have Evos, you're going to have Teslas, you're going to have these Fields guys here, they're going to have BMWs, you're going to have Corvettes, Mustangs, you know, everything you could possibly imagine that you would want to blast around a track, they come out to these events. The neat thing is, this is an educational type of thing. This is a way that you could learn the track, you can have some fun, you could do some racing. If you've never done anything like this before, if you've never done wheel-to-wheel, door-to-door road course racing, this is an excellent way to get involved, because if you're a beginner, you've never done this before, you can jump in the beginner's class and they will put an instructor in the car with you and take you around the track so that you can learn the track. They'll teach you braking points, they'll teach you entry lines, they'll teach you apexes, they'll teach you all of the good behavior they're supposed to know when you're on track with fellow race car drivers. So this is kind of an interesting event for us. This is going to be a combination of new drivers, advanced drivers, and them showing off their Fields Auto Works Cardinal. So yeah, we've got all kinds of cool stuff to see today. We'll get as much on video as we possibly can. Huge thanks to the Just Track It guys that put this event on for us this weekend. It's those guys that set up these kinds of events that allow the rest of us to come out and play and have a good time. I will also say I've never been to Barber Motorsports Park, but this place is absolutely gorgeous. I was here last night before the sun fell, and what an amazing facility. Absolutely gorgeous. And when I got to about this point, I realized I just saw this on Vice Grip Garage and with Emily Reeves. They were just down here a couple of weeks ago for a charity event where they had some kids that we were driving around. So I have never been here, but I have recently seen this place on camera. So very, very cool. I'm really excited for the day, and hopefully the rain stays away, because we don't want to be blasting race cars around in the rain. Good morning.
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
You guys gonna keep our rain away for the day so we can stay on slicks all day?
I hope so.
First heat of the day. It is 8 o'clock, about 2 minutes after 8, and the first group is going out. You're going to have all kinds of different things that are out on the track. X look like NASCAR road race cars. Got a couple of C6 Corvettes, some Mazda Miatas, some BMWs, and us. I get to ride along in the Cardinal first thing this morning, so that's going to be kind of fun. Race car stuff. Part of what the Fields Auto Works guys do is what they call arrive and drive. So this way they handle all of the pit stuff. You purchase the vehicle, you own the vehicle, they maintain it for you. They get it ready for the track day, so you don't have to worry about any of the other stuff. They're officially your pit crew. So pretty cool little experience. Instead of having to worry about tire pressures and making sure everything is ready to rock and roll before you go to your track day, hand it off to somebody who actually knows what they're doing and maintains it properly. Well, that's not off to a particularly auspicious start. First laps, somebody off the track, spun out. Second lap, somebody else off the track. So 2 black flag laps right off to start. But it is cold. I mean, it's like 40 degrees here in Alabama. Apparently we brought our Ohio weather down here. So first laps, tires are cold. People are pushing it. Also, you may have some people that haven't raced in a while, haven't run in a while, so maybe pushing things a little too hard. So line them up, do it again. The neat part about these track days is you really get a lot of on-track experience. Like, you can do sim racer stuff as much as you want, but nothing is the same as doing it like this. of grip in this thing is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And it'll fight with just about anything on track. And it's not stupidly loud. Most purpose track cars are crazy loud. This is not crazy loud.
I'm still driving at 85%.
Okay, I need one of these.
You just fall out the side.
I need one of these. All right, I don't know if you could hear me when I was in the car with my helmet on, but man, the mechanical grip on that car is hilarious. It weighs 1,800 pounds. It's got 295 squared on it. It's got plenty of power, 300 horsepower out of a little 2.3 liter turbo Ford. But it just keeps on holding into a corner. Just holds and holds and holds and holds and holds. We were out battling with Z06s and ZL1 Camaros that are fully that have way more power than we do. And this thing is just chilling, having a great time running around the track. The weird thing is too is a lot of your true track prep cars that are stripped out like street cars, they're really abusive. Like they smell bad, they're rough, they're vibraty, they're they're kind of unpleasant to be in. This was not that big a deal. It's not even that loud. I mean, it's you've got plenty of turbo noises that you can obviously hear, and you can hear the engine revving, but it's not 140 decibel Miata. That's that's a hell of a ride.
Sorry, you better be at the racetrack.
No, there's no better way to spend a day. Anybody else who's had a race car may also realize that you have cool down periods where you get done with your heat and you take your car back to the pits, you let it sit, and you check everything, go through everything. I just got out of that car and it's going back on track. It finished an entire heat with us, with Steve driving quite well, pushing it hard, pulled it into the pits, changed drivers, get back out on the track. That's awesome. There's no better way to spend a weekend. There's no better way to spend it. I'm gonna take a walk through the pits, give you guys some more views as far as the interesting mix of vehicles we have out here with us today. know I mentioned this earlier in the video, and I want to re-mention it in case you didn't catch that. This is an HPDE event, so it's a high-performance driving and educational event. One of the cool things about this is it allows you to bring whatever. If your car will pass tech, which most cars, if you could drive it on the road, will pass tech for this, you can get it out here and blast it around the track. You know, it doesn't have to be a purpose-built race car. It can be, you know, your Mustang, your Camaro, your Camry, your whatever. It's a great way to come out and actually experience driving your car at 10 tenths like you cannot do on the streets. Now, yeah, some of us misbehave in the streets occasionally, but there's no time really where you can drive it all out all the time and not have consequences to pay for. You know, yeah, you might find twisty roads in the country, but can you run on a twisty road in the country for 25 minutes without having to worry about going to prison? Probably not. This is a great way for you to learn your vehicle. You know, like this guy's in a BRZ. This is basically a bone stock BRZ. But he's going to be able to push that thing to the absolute limit and learn what that car does when it goes over the limit, how it reacts, how you react to what it does, and you become a much better driver coming out to events like these. It's the same thing with autocross. If you've never been to an autocross event, especially if you have a younger child like that's just learning how to drive, those kinds of events are fantastic for driver education because it teaches you how to drive better. It teaches you how your car is going to react to certain situations, and it starts to teach you how you're going to react and how you should react when you start feeling things. Same thing with us northern folk when we start having snow on the ground and you go out and do donuts in the parking lot. Yeah, it's fun, it's for the giggles and stuff, but it also does teach you what your car does when it gets to the limit of traction and then when it goes beyond that limit of traction. You learn how to control that skid, you learn what your understeer, your oversteer characteristics are in your car, and all of that stuff can save your life and make you a better driver.
Fun?
I'm trying to keep the rain away.
We'd all appreciate that.
We drove down here from Ohio. I got like into northern Alabama and I had friends that are like, hey man, did you hear it might snow on Sunday? Like, what are you? I'm in Alabama. What the hell are you talking about? It might snow on Sunday.
Yeah, I came from New York. I'm expecting you to go home to a foot.
Yeah. Like,
well.
What the hell? I came all the way down here for like sunny southern. No, okay.
Not this time.
Possible hail and snow. Yeah, okay. This is one of the best parts you'll see. All of these guys have instructors in their cars. As I was talking about it, learning about how your car reacts and how to become a better driver, these guys are all experienced drivers. They are HPDE coaches, they are touring car guys, they are guys that do time attack. There are all kinds of driving experience that you can just sit in your car. They can either drive your car or they can sit passenger and teach you. They can teach you your entry points, your braking points, your apexes, your passing zones. All of the things you need to be able to learn, you can learn faster because you have somebody sitting in your passenger seat. Huge, 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 huge bonus when you come out to one of these HPDE events to have a knowledgeable person willing to ride along beside you as you may make mistakes on track. Because you might only make that mistake once when they teach you the right way to do it. SVO Mustang. It's big tracked, huh? Okay. Guess you really never do know what you're gonna see. Very cool. This is one of the more unique vehicles I've seen here.
First call race group. First call to the grid.
Yeah, it's like a champ car. They bought it like last year. It's someone else built it, but it's full TSX swap, I think, 6-speed LSD.
That's hilarious. Where did you find this to buy this? Okay.
He's an IMSA driver and BMW driver.
Okay.
And he built this as his version of beer league softball and his buddies.
Okay.
So this was a champ car. It's done WRL. It's done AER.
Wow.
And he decided to get rid of it and found a good deal and negotiated for coaching.
I'm sorry?
I negotiated for coaching. Said, I'll pay what you want. You gotta give me some coaching sessions.
Fair enough. Teach me how to drive this damn thing. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, whatever it is, what it is. And then you roll by and it's like, wait a minute. That is not just an average Accord beater. Like somebody has put some freaking time into this thing.
It's got a built JDM K24, TSX 6-speed, limited slip. It's got all the things.
That's hilarious. And he put it in a 4-door Accord body.
You get better indexing in champ car.
Because it's a 4-door Accord.
Yeah, you don't get any penalty laps. It's strategy.
Yeah, strategery. You never know what you're going to see. How about a 4-door Accord, fully race prepped champ car with a 2.4 fully built and a TSX 6-speed? God, I don't want to know how much money is in that $1,000 car. Hey, but he's out here racing, man. Just track it, baby. Buy it, race it, enjoy it. Don't leave it sitting in the garage. You may notice on a lot of these cars, they have a GLTC sticker from Grid Life. There's a lot of guys that come out to these events from Grid Life. These are time attack challenge cars. And a lot of these guys are some of your best door-to-door time attack racers you're going to find anywhere. The nice thing is, as a southern track, a lot of these guys are able to get some practice in the winter season, the off season. People from up north, I've seen some cars from Minnesota, from Michigan, all kinds of places. We can't race up in the north at this point in time of the year, so a lot of those guys come down here to be able to run. One of which we'll actually talk to in a little bit. Colton here is actually with the Fields Auto Works guys, and we'll talk with him here in a little bit once he gets out of the car. But pretty cool experience. I mean, a lot of these guys are kind of the best of the best at what you see on in this kind of racing. Really what a lot of people would aspire to be is to get into this Grid Life time attack stuff. It really takes a heck of a race car driver and a heck of a car to be able to compete at this level. They're all based on actual power to weight ratios, not based on just what the car is. So you're going to see all kinds of different vehicles that they are competing at the same level in the same class, purely based on how much power they make and what they weigh. So you can all see all kinds of crazy cars out at the same time. By the way, it's still cold. It's Alabama, why is it cold? Okay, so if I've got some free time, whoa. Talk about a lot of cool items. Wow. Did not realize. Wow. But you have to go through the museum in order to get out to those bridges. More views. How cool is this? So much more to racing than just going fast. This is something that I think a lot of us can all share with the transition to electric vehicles, and really fast electric vehicles, to be honest with you. There's just something that's missing. And we've been kind of talking about it in the paddock. The sounds and the other sensory involvement that you get from this kind of thing. There's smells, there's sounds, there's vibrations, there's so much other than just going fast that's involved in it, that's part of the experience of race carring. And this, I said it earlier, like, this is a fantastic way to spend a day, and I'm not even spending most of my day in the cars. I'm just enjoying watching these guys run and learning and getting better and having a good time with, you know, their chosen hobby. And this is by no means an easy sport to get into. Expenses wise, this is not cheap, but it is a great way to spend a weekend. And it's not raining on us yet, which is awesome. unfortunately, sometimes even the best plans still have some problems occasionally. Looks like we had a bit of an off with our BMW with us today. Not real sure exactly what the story is behind that, but we'll talk to Colton here in a little bit. But I think he's done for the day. Front splitter is no longer attached. Unfortunately, that's race carring.
So regular guy racing.
That's right. That's me. Colton Wade. That's
Nice
right.
to meet
Regular
you.
guy racing.
You've seen some of his racing today on the track. Fields engineering guy. You're part of the arriving process. These guys support you. Keep your race carring.
That's right. So I brought it to Rob Fields with Fields Auto Works 3 seasons ago, and I had kind of taken the build as far as I could with my engineering skills and technical ability, and we kind of picked what series we wanted to run in, and I left the rest of the engineering and development stuff to him. And since then, we've kind of developed a team kind of relationship, and they do all my trackside support now as well.
So E46 M3.
Correct.
Come a long way from stock E46.
Oh yeah, it's all race car, no street car. That's exactly right.
Very cool. And you run in the Grid Life series.
Yeah, so we run with Grid Life. We run the full. This is our first year of the full season schedule. We race their wheel-to-wheel GLTC series.
Okay.
It's a power to weight, 12.5 horsepower to 1 series. It's a very diverse group of builds. I mean, you've got everything from BMWs like mine. You've got a lot of Miatas, S2000s, the C5 Corvette. Won our championship last season, and we're starting to see one of those in the field. It's a very diverse field.
I think that the Grid Life thing over the past just couple of years has really exploded as far as getting people into the hobby of
They've really kicked down the door to like your everyday grassroots motorsports enthusiasts.
It used to be like the old doctor guys and the lawyer guys, and that was basically it. Now it's like younger people who are just purely automotive enthusiasts that want to get involved in.
Yeah, and to Grid Life's credit, they've really created like the whole culture and vibe, and they've, in my opinion, they've really breathed a lot of life into like the youthful demographic of car enthusiasts, which, in my opinion, that's the only way to save the sport like that we love, you know.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we have a lot of things right now attacking the automotive hobby and
no doubt
enjoyment process. So if the more younger people that we can get in, not that I really consider myself a younger person, but the more younger people that we can get involved in the sport, and it's not just old fuddy-duddies with piles of money, the more chances that this sport continues.
Well, that's one of the cool things I love about the Grid Life weekends is, I still consider myself a young man. I'm 32, but you walk around the Grid Life paddock and you've got the teenage enthusiasts that are there for the street cars. And it's that younger crowd has really brought that kind of like vibrant, exciting feeling back to the paddock. Whereas, like you said, the old doctor and attorney demographic is kind of Grid Life's kind of moving away from that, and it's kind of building the foundation for the next generation of racers.
Now, let's also be honest here. This is not a inexpensive hobby to be involved in.
Not on any level. I mean, we're going to talk.
This is not inexpensive.
No, not at all.
Even if you're trying to be like slightly competitive, race carring is not a cheap thing.
No, not at all. And GLTC has started to become, a higher budget series as well. Even though the concept was meant to be budget racing. The series has just gotten so popular, and there's so much talent in the field now that you can come with a budget build, but if you want to run at the pointy end of the field, you've got to come with a well-prepped car and a well-designed car.
And so, like, we're at an HPDE event today. So this is kind of like a test and tune session, essentially, for a lot of the GLTC guys.
There's a group of us here this weekend. We travel to Coupe next month. So this is kind of like our last shot to shake the cars down. They changed the season. We used to be able to run the Hoosier Law 7 and similar slicks.
Okay.
And now our series has transitioned to 200 tread racing tires. So developmentally, we're all kind of taking a few steps back and testing what's out there and seeing what's going to be the fastest for the series.
And you have probably no more events between now and then.
No, this is it. This is our last
test go.
Yeah, so
show up next time.
we pack up this weekend, we go back home. We've got essentially 3 weeks before we're going to get ready to load the car up and go to Colton.
So you're here again.
Yeah. We're here testing 2 new tires this weekend that we've never run before, and I'm excited to get the car loaded up here, pull the date off of it, and I'm going to be looking at it when we go to the hotel tonight and kind of seeing what the metrics tell us about what tires we're going to be running this weekend or next weekend.
So anyway, wanted to get you guys a little quick conversation with Colton. We were going to have a quick conversation right when he pulled into the pits, but had a little bit of a challenge.
We're here with an enthusiast group, and I need to remember that.
Yeah. Not all racers are created equal. Not everybody knows how to behave themselves quite all the time. So there maybe is a missing splitter.
We're missing a splitter.
But all you're missing is a splitter.
That's right. The car's
You're fine.
Get a new one
the rest
anyways.
of the car's
oh yeah.
fine.
Yeah, we're good.
So, that's racing. Unfortunately, that's racing. So, anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here. That's gonna be the day because the rain is coming. It is, by the way, freaking cold.
Yes, it is.
In Alabama. I blame it on all of us northern people that brought this terrible cold down here. And we have a chance of hail and possible snow tomorrow. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you very much to the Fields engineering people and for letting me play around in the Fields Cardinal. That was really, really fun. Awesome little roadster. I will definitely be playing with that more. You're going to definitely see more of that stuff in the future. So thanks for watching. Click on the subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Are you an HPDE driver? Do you enjoy door-to-door racing? You run at NASA? You run with any of the auto interest groups or these Just Track It guys? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Click on the like button. You made it this far.
Can I do a shameless plug for my Instagram?
Yes!
Regular Guy Racing _M3. That's me. Check it out. You can go back and see our build from day one.
And maybe eventually a YouTube channel.
That's something you and I need to talk about.
I mean, let's be honest here. A lot of you guys, what you want to watch from what we do is the normal, literally regular guy shit. It's not the, I have a rich guy that's going out racing stuff. Like, that's not what most people want to see. At least not our fans. Most of you guys want to see stuff that's like normal people doing fun stuff. He gets to come out here racing, and a lot of you guys wish you could be doing that kind of thing, so.
Yeah, if you want to see somebody destroy a perfectly good E46, you can follow us online.
There you go. We'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Take care.